Hey, what's up, Thrive family? Dr. Mike here, coming at you with your Wednesday tip. So I'm sure in the past, you've probably heard me talk about how our bodies are designed to move. I know, this probably seems really overly simple and even dumb to kind of say sometimes, but it's something I truly want everyone to try to focus on is the idea that our bodies really are designed to move. And this becomes a challenge in today's society because unfortunately, there are way too many situations that really put us in a place where we are not moving as much as we should be. I'm sure a lot of us can raise our hand and say that what are we doing on a day-to-day basis? We're chained to a desk chair, behind a computer, probably for about 8 to 10 hours out of our day. This is certainly less than ideal when it comes to keeping our body healthy and functioning at its best. We should be moving throughout the course of our day. Now, to take that a step deeper, I had a great conversation just recently with my friend Stephen Mason over at Ever Proven CrossFit right here in Dover. Stephen's one of their trainers over there and somebody we're working with directly now. And we had an awesome conversation regarding how the human body really has some distinct primitive movement patterns that every person should really be able to do. The idea is simple. Our body is designed to move in certain ways, these primitive movements. And if we can do them, we're in the ideal situation. And if we're challenged with those movements, there's some dysfunction going on. Now, the one we focused on first off, and the one I'm focused on here today, is the idea of a squat. Squatting is a primitive motion to our body. We should all be able to move in a squatting pattern and even get down into a very deep squat position and be able to hold that. I challenge us in that respect because I guarantee you every single one of you was able to do this at one point in your life. Think back to the toddlers. If you look at any single toddler that you ever notice, how do they interact with their environment? If they drop something on the floor, if they want to grab a toy off the floor, what do? They're not bending over like this to grab it like we all do. They're not bending at the waist like that, keeping their legs straight. Then what do? They drop down into that squatting position and they interact with their environment in the manner of actually being in that deep squat position. And you'll find kids will actually stay in that position for an extended period of times, playing and having fun and doing the things that they need to do. This is what's called that primitive movement. And even if we take it even a step further and even look at primitive cultures, because there are still cultures in our world that have had very little interaction, if any interaction, with the more modern world, if you will. If you look at the way they interact with their environment, this is a movement that they use on a consistent basis. If they're cooking at their fire, if they're fixing something or anything like that, they're not going to typically find them sitting on a log or something like that in the same way that we would, or a chair obviously. A lot of them you'll tend to find are going to be down in that deep squat position, doing their work and doing the things that they need to do on a day in, day out basis. So as I said, unfortunately the way our modern society has developed, we've started to lose this movement, and unfortunately it has a direct effect on our body's ability to move, and more important, our body's ability to function and stay healthy, because we should be moving. A body that's not moving appropriately will break down over time, and it will bring our body to a lessened level of health. So how do we remedy this? The idea is simple. Let's just do some squatting. Now, I'm not saying you have to hop into a gym necessarily. You don't need to have a big barbell on your back with crazy amounts of weight to really see the benefits of the movement. This is something you can literally incorporate into your daily morning routine right at home, or even your afternoon routine right at home. All you need is your body to do this movement. And the idea is pretty simple. You can just do a simple body weight air squat. You're going to have your legs just a little bit outside of shoulder width. You're going to want your toes slightly, your feet slightly rotated outwards. You're going to find kind of that happy medium for yourself. You don't want to be crazy out there, but just a little bit of rotation out is good. And the idea is simple. You're going to be moving at your hips first and then letting the knees fall out to the side. You want to focus on keeping your knees outward. And as you do that, your body's just going to naturally drop down into that squatting motion. Big thing is just really focusing on keeping those knees out, keeping the spine nice and neutral, and allowing yourself to drop down into that deep squat position. Now, if for some of us that might be a very challenging position to get in at this point in time because we have lost so much of our motion and our function. So by all means, take it in steps. Don't feel like you have to get down into the lowest of low squats to begin with, or even if you need to go a little bit more so at an easier level, make sure you have something to support yourself. I don't care if you're holding onto a chair, holding onto a door frame, whatever you need to do, keep yourself supported so that you can go as low as you are comfortable and slowly just start working yourself lower and lower over time. if this is something you incorporate on a daily basis, you will be able to increase the depth of your squat, increase your motion, and increase the bodily function. Now, you can use this in two different ways. You can do just the simple traditional squatting motion and do this for repetitions, dropping down in and coming back up. Or you can do something even simpler, and one that I've actually liked to play around with here recently, of doing a deep squat and hold. This is really just a passive movement, if you will. You're not going to be trying to hold yourself up in the same way that you would think about, but really just letting yourself going all the way down into that really deep squatting position and actually just staying here. This is a great position to be in because, as I said, this is a very primitive position that we should all be able to do and hold. If you incorporate this into your day-to-day routine, even holding it for a minute, 5 minutes, or if you're brave, hold it all the way up to a total of 30 minutes throughout the course of your day, and you'll find that you're going to see some significant benefits, not only just in the way that you're moving through a squatting motion, but it's going to free up motion in the knee and the hips. We're going to be able to actually engage our spinal rector muscles to a greater level. It's going to have a direct effect on your body's ability to move and interact in your day-to-day life. And that's an amazing thing. That's what we're trying to focus on, is allowing your body to function to a greater level. Squatting has a direct effect on that, and it's something that we all should be incorporating into our day-to-day activity. Now, I know this was a lot of information, and I'm sure a lot of you have some questions about that. If you have some direct questions, throw those into the message there at the end. I will certainly get back to you as soon as I can. If you have any direct questions, you can always reach out to us through our direct messages or give us a call here at the office at 603-570-6705. We're always here to help guide you along your path to your most ideal and healthy self. I'm Dr. Mike with Thrive Family Chiropractic. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to talking to you guys next time. Have an awesome day.